Hello.
Hello, Sultana. How are you?
Hi. I'm good. Wait,
Is this your last school, last week at school, or you have one more week?
my school ends at June 25th.
25th. Oh,
Yeah,
you have 2 more weeks.
yeah.
Hmm.
Wait, I'm confused. You sent me a homework and it's like about the new assignment star 2007 something,
Mm-hmm.
and I did it until question 30
Okay.
because I couldn't finish the rest because like I was studying for my benchmark and I was really busy.
Okay. So
And
how is
like
your benchmark going?
it was actually really easy. Like the teacher, she looked at like I asked her one question, she was looking, and then she randomly like just looked at my other questions and she was like, okay, and she kept saying, oh, this is right and stuff like that. And she kept saying it was like, correct. And she said, I think you'll do really good on this test.
Okay. Sultana, once again, if you actually can practice these questions, can solve these questions, that helps you to understand other topics well, easily. That's why you have to try to practice as many different questions as possible.
Yeah,
Okay.
I sent you the homework, like the
Okay.
seven. Yeah.
Good. So
And
this is the
text.
one I sent you. All right.
Yeah.
So now, are we going to do anything on Han Academy today or not?
Not really.
Okay. Then now let's try to finish these questions. Okay.
Is it like really hot in Texas?
What is it?
Is it really hot like where you live?
Hot?
Yeah.
It is hot. Yeah.
Today was like 88 like degrees. It was so hot. I couldn't even go outside.
But here
And
it
like,
is like 90, 95, 100s.
oh wow. That's a lot.
Yeah, this is Texas. And also Houston. Houston is really hot. If you go, the northern part of Houston, maybe it's not that hot, but Houston, it is, after Houston, it's just a sea. That's the lowest part of Houston, Texas. That's why it's really hot.
Like it is really hot. And like I can't even go outside.
Yeah. But now, over the last 2 days, here it is raining, it is cool, it's not hot now.
Yeah.
Sultana, you did already these questions, okay? Can you read quickly and tell me how you did? And we'll try to finish this paper today, okay? Read the
Okay.
question quickly and how you did this and tell me the idea. I'm going to write it down here, okay?
A pencil holder shaped like a triangle prism is shown in the picture. The height of the pencil holder is 12 centimeters. That the volume is 268 centimeter. So what I did was B equals 216 over 12. And then I got 18 because I just divided it.
Okay, because volume is equal to base area times height, right? In this question, saying that the height of the pencil holder is 12. So this one is 12. So we have to find the base area. Then what is the base area? Base area should be volume divided by height. So if you calculate like this, I think you try to write with your mouse, right?
Yeah,
That's why it looks, a bit messy. So 216 divided by 12. And what did you get here?
I got 18.
18. Okay, that's it. All right. Question 23, read it.
Stephanie had four bags of soil and put it in her garden. Each bag of soil will cover 125.3 feet.
Square
How
feet.
many, oh, square feet. How many square feet will Stephanie be able to cover if she uses all these bags of soil?
Okay. Sultana, now I'm looking at your solution. All right. It's good, but every time I'm trying to show you how to solve questions using algebraic way. All
Wait,
right.
but I already
Step by
did it
step.
for homework.
Huh?
I already did it for homework.
Yeah. Now look at your solution. You just wrote your solution is 15 divided by 4 multiplied by 125.3, right?
Yeah,
Okay. So that's good. Okay, but if you show like this number, step number one, 3, 3/4, right? And or maybe solution. So okay.
yeah,
It states that, each bag. So one bag, right? One bag covers 125.3 square feet, right?
yeah,
And the question is, how about if we have 3 and 3/4, right? Bags and cover how much? If you can write X, you can write A, okay? So let me just write area. Let me write here A, square feet. All right. And now we draw a line. From here, if you write A, it would be great. So I can see here, A is equal to cross multiply. And 3/4 multiplied by 125.3. Okay. And
yeah.
here, you can use your calculator. You can just write the answer here. 3/4, that is, what is this? 3.75 multiplied by 125.3, which is equal to 469.875 square feet. Okay, and that's why you choose the answer. That's what I'm trying to teach you. Okay, it's not about only getting the answer your right way. Okay, step by step, line by line. All right,
Yeah.
Sultana. All right, next. 24, read the question.
The angle measures of a triangle are shown in the diagram. What is the value of X?
Okay. And also, just write, I think once again, you're trying to solve this using your mouse, but I suggest you, if you have a printer, print it, do it on a paper and do it. Or maybe I can send you this drawing tablet. It's about $780. You should buy this drawing tablet and do it with drawing tablets. Okay, so that I can see your solution well. Like for example, I would expect you, let's say it's a solution, right? By solution here. Number one, you are writing here, okay, the sum of these angles, 2x plus 3x minus 10 and plus 50, that's equal to 180 degrees. In single line. If you look at your solution, it's very hard to understand. It should not become your habits. You see, it's one sentence, one equation. And next step, simplify. 2x plus 3x, it is 5x. Negative 10 plus 50, it is 40. That's equal to 180. The second line. And the third line, okay, 5x, you subtract 40 from each side. That is 140, right? And next step is divide. 140 divided by 5, which is equal to 28. Okay, now I can write here dot, dot, dot. What is the value of x? X equals 28. So I wanted to practice like this line by line. You just wrote, 50 plus 2x is at the top. And after that, in the next line, 3x minus 10. And after the 28 in the middle of the answer, it should not be like this. Step number one, step number two, and final solution. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay. Next time you try to solve like this, okay? You should find a way, either drawing tablet or 25. Read the question.
An artist is making scale model of a statue. On the model, 2 inches represents 1 foot. On the actual statue, which best represents this relationship?
On the model, 2 inches represent 1 foot, right? On the actual statue, which graph best represents this relationship? 2 inches, 1 foot. Which one is it? You choose C, right? Okay.
Yeah, I choose C.
Because 4, it should be 2. 8, it should be 4. That's correct. Okay, let's continue. And this one also, you can just make a table if you want, or because, if you make a table, let's say this one is X and this one is 1, right? 2 inches represent 1 foot. then 4, it will be 2 because doubled, right? And if you double this, let's say this 8, this will be 4. Then solve this. I can see that, you understood, and you can see the relationship between x and y. Okay, 26.
The circle graph shows how Truman divided his time on the computer last week. Truman shows how computer 30 hours last week. How more hours did Tremaine use the computer to play games than do research?
Okay, he says how many more hours, right? Did Tremaine use the computer to play games than do research, right? So here we have games and research. Where is it? Here, right?
Yeah.
So also here you solve it is fine, but if you solve step by step, it will be easier to understand. Number one, so we have to find the difference. 25% minus 5%, right? Games and research. So that's equal to 20%, right? So
Yeah.
altogether 30 hours. Now we have to find then what is 20% of 30? Now we should calculate 20% is 20 divided by 100 times, here we have 30, right? Which is equal to 6. So the answer is 6. I expected to solve like this. Your one is good, you got the correct answer, but it's so, it's in the first line in calculation. You can do calculation here on the right side of the circle somewhere. But I want to see your steps clearly, okay? Step number 1, step number 2, step number 3. Okay, Sultana, this really help you to understand, learn other topics easily. Also, when you go to college or when you go to high school. Okay? All right, let's continue. Read the question.
What what is the solution to this equation?
Yeah, also your work, when I look at this, it's hard to understand. What you have to
Uh,
do is, yes, Sultana.
I mean, I could try to explain you. I just did 12.6 and then 5x minus 5, and then I just got
Yeah.
2.52.
The first step, you should do it like this. First, you're moving number to the left-hand side, right? So the first step is 5x. Oh, I'm writing on the left-hand side. On the right, we have 30.16 minus 17.56. For calculation, if you're not using calculator, you can do here. I can do 30.16 minus 17.56, right? 6
Yeah,
minus 6, 0. 11 minus 5, 6. Here we have 9. 9 minus 7, it is 2. 3 minus 2 minus 1, it is 1. So I'm rewriting here 5x equals 12.60. Because here, Sultana, I can see your steps. In the first step, Sultana did this. Take all unknowns to the left, numbers to
yeah.
the right.
I can't write properly because I have this pen. I don't have an actual thing, so I might have to buy one because I can't even write. And if I print it, I keep using my like. mm,
So, Sultana, this pen, are you writing on the screen or how did you do this? On your iPad or on
Yeah,
laptop?
I can show you an example. So I take my iPad and I see the question, I just write it. Like I don't know how else to do it.
Yeah, because can't you write a bit smaller so that your work fits? You see, like me, I'm writing here, the small space, right? It fits here, right? But your letters is too big comparing to the question size. That's why it doesn't fit. I can see this, like which one is your first step, which one is your second step. I can see that, but it's a bit not organized well. So if you do like step number 1, step number 2, and what is the next step? You don't have to write step number. I can see that. So 12.6 divided by 5. Now I can see that, Sultan, in the next step, to eliminate this 5, you divided both sides by 5. I can see that. So if we divide this, and it is 2, right? And 20, here we have zero point 0.4. right? And 20, again, it is 4,
Yeah.
right? 12.6 divided by 5, that's equal to 52. Because 12 divided by 5 is 2. Here we have 26. 26 divided by 5, it is 5. 10. 10 divided by 5, it is 2. 2.52. And now your final answer, you can write here dot, 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 or maybe in a rectangle, x equals 2.52.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the first time, I don't know, but as you practice more, you get better, you know. The first time when you're writing like this, it's a bit weird. But as you write
Yeah,
more, you
but
get
like,
better.
could you like tell my dad to get me like a pen or something for a tablet Samsung 7?
Samsung 7?
Yeah, it's the tablet.
Okay, but I may try because I'm just
Like
telling him.
recommend him.
Mhm. Okay, we will see. Okay, 28. Also, 28, you did it. All right, read question. Read the question.
Rachel is setting up tables for a party. Four of the tables are covered with red tablecloths, and eight of the tables are covered with white tablecloths. Guests will randomly see at the tables when they arrive. Each table can seat eight guests. What is the probability that the first guest to arrive will be seated in a table with a red tablecloth?
Setting up
Uh,
tables for a party. Four of the tables are covered with red, and eight of them are covered with white. Randomly seated at the tables when they arrive. Each table can seat eight guests. Each table can seat eight guests. So if each table can seat eight guests, how many guests are expected here?
well, it's 1/3 because you just added, which is 12, and it's 4/12, so then you just simplify it.
Okay. It's saying that what is the probability, right? And let me just write X, the first guest, right, to arrive. To arrive will be seated at the table with the red. How many tables are red?
8.
4.
Oh, oh, okay, yeah.
4, right? 4 out of how many tables altogether?
4/12.
12, right?
Yeah,
So we'll be seated at the table with a red tablecloth.
1/3.
That's 1/3.
Yeah.
Did you answer like this? 1/3? Yes. Okay. All right. Next step. Next question. Read the question.
The net of a rectangular prism and its dimensions are shown in the diagram. What is the total surface of the area of the rectangular prism in square inches?
What is this? If you just fold this faces, what do you get?
Uh,
Can you draw that? This one is base, right, Sultana?
yeah.
This is base. It just set it on the floor. So you will get something like this, right? This is base, right? And it's like a birthday gift box. You get something like this, right? And now what is the question? The question is asking that what is the total surface area? Okay, one way is,
Yeah.
we can just actually label this, find each area and add this, or we can find this one. For example, this one is 11.5, right? So if I label this, and this area the same, and this area also the same, right? And also this top, bottom, and top, also the same, right? Sultana,
Uh,
right?
like yeah, so basically what I did was um
You just actually find them each, right, and add them, right?
yeah.
Or also you can write the same thing like this. After labeling this, I can write 2 times, what is A? A is 7.5 times 11.5, right? And what is B? 3 times height, right? 11.5. And how about C? 3 times 7.5, right? And if
Yeah.
you write like this, also your way is fine, but the only thing is actually is because of your pencil. But hopefully you'll get this and write better. Okay, here 7.5 times 11.5 plus 3 times 11.5 plus 3 times 7.5. So which is equal to 286. What did you get? 286? Yes. 286.5. So that is D. Okay, Sultana, you understand the question. You can do that. But now we have to work on the what is it? The way you write it, okay? Step by step so that it's clear.
Um
When somebody
yeah,
looks, they can understand your work easily. Okay?
okay.
It's step by step. Inshallah, you will learn. You can do that here. Okay, question 30. I think you stopped here. Read question. Oh, also you did question 30. Read the question.
A doctor who has an annual income of 152,125. The income tax the doctor has to pay is 6%. What is the amount of income tax in dollars and cents that the doctor has to pay?
So what is the amount of income tax, right? Okay, it's number one, you did change this into decimal, which is 0.06. Very good. And number two, you multiply this, let me just write here income tax, right? Is equal to 0.06. And you multiply this by 152,125, which is equal to, what did you get? Well, you didn't show that multiplication. Okay, you should show it like this. 152, 125, which is equal to 9127, right? 9127.50. Okay. And your final answer you can write here that is 9127.50 dollars. Good. Okay, we need to work on how you display your answers, right? Your answers. All right, let's continue, Sultana. Next question, read it.
A study of population of 1,200 frogs revealed that 12 out of 180 frogs in the population have spots on their back. Based on the result, how many frogs in the population do not have spots on their back?
Do not.
Yeah, I do not.
A population of 1,200 frogs revealed that 12 out of 180 frogs in the population have spots on their back. Based on the results of the study, how many frogs in the population do not have spots on their back?
Uh, yeah. Um,
Sultana, look, out of 180 frogs, right? You just pick them, and 12 of them have spots, right, on their back.
yeah.
But how many of them then out of these 180 frogs, they do not have spots on their back?
So basically, you're asking, so the question is asking how much does not, how much frogs don't have spots on their back?
Yes.
So it says 12 out of 185.
First, can you answer me this question? If 12 out of every 180 frogs in the population have spots on their back, right? So out of this 180 frogs, how many of them do not have spots on their back?
1/15.
No, it is 180 minus 12, which is equal to 168 frogs, right? Do not have spots because the rest of the frogs, they don't have spots, right? You get it?
Yeah.
In a classroom, for example, let's say there are 30 students. If 12 of them are girls, if I ask you this question, how many of the students are boys? How do you answer this question?
Yeah.
30 minus 12 equals 18, right?
Yeah. So we do 12 over 180, right? So then we do
No,
one.
no. Yeah, because in the question is asking population do not have, right? First, out of this 180 frogs, how many of them do not have spots? First, we have to find that number, right? Because here we are talking about two different types of frogs. The frogs, they have spots, and frogs, they do not have spots, right?
Yeah.
But here in the question, they are asking not spots. So now in the next step, I can do like this. If 168 frogs have spots out of 180, right? And how many frogs do not have spots out of how many? 1,200. You get it?
Yeah.
And also, actually, this is proportion problems. Now, how do you solve this question, Sultana?
Um, like the answer for the total
How do you solve this question? How can I find the value of x from this information?
by doing 12 over 180.
Cross multiply, right?
Yeah.
180 times x equals 1,200 times 168.
Yeah.
What is next?
We do 1,200 times 14 over 15.
Divide, right? Yeah, x equals, we divide both sides by 180. So
Yeah.
1,200 multiplied by 168 divided by 180. And the zeros, they cancel each other. And what is 120 times 168 and divided by 18, which is equal to 1120. So
Yeah.
that's why if it is so, then out of 1,200 frogs, 1,120 of them do not have spots on their back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can solve like this, I will be really satisfied and happy. So yeah, that means that number one. So writing this information shows that you understand the question correctly. Number two, you are using the given information correctly. And number three, you actually are using mathematical language to solve the problem. It means step by step, okay? Just you need a bit practice, but I'm sure that you'll get better as you practice more. Okay, question 32.
A rotating law sprinkle sprays in a circular area of grass, as shown in the picture. The diameter of the circular area in grass is 6 feet. Which measurement is the closest in the area of feet that sprinkle sprays with water?
Immediately, let me just write here. It says the diameter, right? What is diameter? Diameter equals to radius, right? You remember?
Yeah.
Which is equal to 16. From this equation, what is the radius of this circle?
16 feet.
8, right?
Oh, because it's
16,
the half. Yeah.
16 divided by 2, it is 8. Half of the diameter is radius. Okay. Now, read the question one more time. What is the question?
Which measurement is closest to the area in square feet that this sprinkler sprays with water?
Okay, Sultan, now tell me, what is the area formula of a circle?
Pi equals R2.
Not pi equals. Area equals pi r squared.
Oh yeah, pi square.
Yeah, read it again. Area equals
Area equals par squared.
pi r squared. Because that means that pi times r squared, right? That's it. So now area, I'm finding here, pi times, what is radius?
Yeah,
What is the radius? What is the radius of the circle?
the radius.
Yes.
Um,
It is r. We have just found here. Sultana, can I see that?
yeah.
Okay, just say 8. It's 8 squared, right? And now using a calculator, 8 squared is 64. And we multiply this by pi, which is equal to, can you multiply this? What is 64 times pi?
Uh, 16 feet over 2.
What? What is pi times 8 squared? Sultan, how do you calculate this? You say calculator, right? So here we have pi. You see in the calculator we have pi times 8
8 squared.
squared, right?
That's 201.
Yeah, you should tell them like this. You do like this, right? 201 to
So it's H.
1.06. Which one is it?
H.
Which one is closest? So that is H. Maybe they just use only 3 decimal places. So 64 times 3.14, that's equal to 64 times 3.14, that's equal to 296. Because sometimes, Sultana, pi as a fraction, you can write this number, okay? That is approximately equal to. Or sometimes you can write 3 decimal places, 142, or just 2 decimal places, 14. In this case, actually, they use this value. And that's why they got 200.96. Okay? Sultana, is everything good?
Yeah.
All right. And now inequality. Also, if you remember, we studied about inequality with you. Let's read this. First, try to understand the question and do it. Okay? Read the question. Sultana, read it.
Okay. Which situation can be represented by this inequality? Stefan spends $6.50 on supplies for a lemonade stand and sells each cup for lemonade for $1.25. What is X the number of cups of lemonade Stefan must sell to earn a profit more than $50? Uh,
So, which situation can be represented by this inequality? 1.25 x minus 6.5 is greater than 50.
uh,
Okay, let's go one by one. So we are going to
okay.
write inequality for each scenario here, for each case. Okay, read option A.
So like I do on my notebook.
Let's do it together, Sultana. At home, okay, I'll give homework. You do yourself in a notebook or something. Also, you can do in a notebook, okay, and take a picture and also share this. Also, is fine. All right, let's go one by one. Read the first one.
Okay.
Read it, Sultana.
For B or again
A,
A?
A.
Stefan had a balance of $6.50 in his savings account and deposits 1.25 each week. What is X, the number of weeks Stefan must deposit in $1.25 in order to have a balance of more than $50 in a saving account?
Stefan spends $6.50 on supplies for a lemonade stand and sells each cup of lemonade for 1.25. What is X? The number of cups of lemonade Stefan must sell to earn a profit of more than $50. Did you understand the question, Sultana?
Kind of.
It's like you're doing a small business, okay? So like you're going to buy something from, let's say, Amazon, and you're going to sell this to your friends, okay? So what is that? Some supplies. So you buy something, let's say, what is that? Let's say it's pencil bag, okay? So you buy a pencil bag for $6.50, all right? And it says that Stefan spends $6.50 on supplies for a lemonade stand and sells each cup of lemonade for $1.25. Okay, so you are buying, let me just draw somewhere here. So you have lemonade, right? And the big one. And you spend how much for this? $6.25. And now there are people here, your friends, okay? Oh, Sultan, you have lemonade. I want to buy from you. How much is it? So you're just actually pouring this into small cups, okay? For each cup, you're saying that each cup is $1.25. Another student comes and also asking, okay, $1.25. All right. But what is your purpose or goal of doing this business? You're going to make a profit, which is at least $50. And how do you find a profit? Let me just write here. How do you find a profit? Profit, right, is equal to your cost price, cost, right? Sorry.
It's is it A? Because he spent $6.50 on the supplies and $1 because you just do 1.25x minus 6.50.
Yeah, because you spent $6.50 and you are selling each lemonade for $1.25, right? If you sell X lemonades, right, X cups of lemonade, you get this much money. And I am removing my expenses. So this is the difference will be my profit. So it should be greater than 50, right? That's why it is A. Now let's write inequalities for other options. Can you read option B?
Do I just read C or do we
Yeah,
just
B.
continue?
Read B. Now let's write for B.
Stefan has a balance of $6.50 on his saving account and deposits $1.25 each week. What is X? The number of weeks Stefan must deposit 1.25 cents in order to have a balance of more than $50 in his saving account.
To have a balance of more than $50 in his savings account. Can you write inequality for this scenario, for this option?
Well, that's not right though. Because it says, because you just have to do $6.50 and it's not the same as the equality because
No,
it
no,
would just
no. I'm just saying that my question is this. For this statement, can you write an inequality, Sultana?
okay. Yeah, $6.50 plus 1.25,
Very
which is
good.
greater than 50.
$6.50, right? Plus 1.25. Next,
Plus
X, right?
1.25.
X,
Yeah,
because
but
every we are
X is
saving
greater than 50.
50. Very good. Now do read C.
Uh,
Read option C. Sultana, read it.
Stefan charges $1. Stefan charges $1.25 for
Earns.
gasoline.
C.
Oh, seven earns $1 and
Oh, this should
25.
be B, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just change this immediately. This is B and this is C. Okay, continue. Sultana, read it again one more time. C, option C.
Okay. Stefan earns $1 and 25%
No,
interest.
1.25%.
I'm
Yeah.
1.25% interest on the balance in his checking account and has to pay a monthly charge of $6.50. What is X? The balance of Stefan must have in his checking account in order to have an ending balance greater than $50 after interest and fees. Uh, so for C, I don't know for C.
Look, so this one, right, is paying 1.25% interest, right, on the balance. What is balance here? X, right? Right? So if it is paying this much, and also plus you are paying $6.50 because you have account in some banks, every month you have to pay. So what is X? The balance that Stefan must have in his checking account in order to have an ending balance greater than $50 after interest and fees, right? Earning 1.25% interest. If you remember how to find interest, interest is equal to your amount of money, this is a balance, and rate and time, right? And now if I
Yeah,
add this, we call this your balance or account or amount, right? So your principal and plus I'm adding interest. If you have $100 in your bank account, okay, Sultana, and it
yeah,
says that every month your money earns 5% interest. So that means that every month they add $5 to your account, right? At the end of the first month, you have $500. This one is $100. And this $100 earns 5% interest. That is $5. So that means that at the end of the first month in your account, you will have $105. So how are we calculating this? So with 1.25%, if you add this to 100, 101%, right? So this will be 1 point, um, 1.0125. Okay, because if you change this 1.25% Sultana to decimal, how do you do that? 1.25, right? And we should divide this
divided by
by
100.
100. So we have two zeros. I need to shift this decimal point to the left 2 units, which will be 0.0125. Now, if I add this to 1, right, this 1, I'm adding 1 here because 100%. So that's your account, right? And this one is your actual, what is it? Principal and, what is it? Um, Principal and the interest. And minus, you have to pay $6.50 to the bank. After that, this should be greater than $50. Okay, you have some money, and your money is earning interest, and you have account in a bank. That's why every month you have to pay some amount to the bank. Okay, now let's do the last one, Sultana. D, read the question.
Stefan charges $1.25 for gasoline plus $6.50 per hour for mowing lawns. What is X, the number of hours he has to mow lawns to earn more than $50?
Per hour is a rate, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me, what is it? What is X, the number of hours he has to mow lawns to earn more than $50?
The thing 1.25 plus
Uh-huh.
6.50x is greater than 50.
Very good. 6.50x, right? Because for gasoline, you're charging for each hour your labor fee, you're charging 6.50. So this should be you're going to earn more than $50. Very good. If you can translate, this kind of words into mathematical equation, that's very important skill in learning math. And next step is, by practicing questions, you can improve solving problems. All right. Next question. Read the question. It's from statistics. Sultan, read the
The
question.
I can't hear you. Like you keep freezing. I don't know. The dot plots show the height of players on two basketball teams. Height inches. Which statement is best supported by these data? The distribution the The distributions of the data for Team A and Team B are approximately symmetrical. The median height of the players on Team B is less than the median height of the players. Team B has a
Sultana, can you hear me now?
yeah.
Okay. Because I changed my Wi-Fi to 5G. So I didn't know that if I'm lagging, let me know immediately, okay? Because I can hear you well. I don't know why you cannot hear me well, but I can hear you really well. So, Sultana, the dot plot shows the heights of the players on two basketball teams, right? Which statement is best supported by these data? Okay, read option A.
Option F,
F, yes.
the distribution of the data for Team A and Team B are approximately symmetrical.
Is it?
Uh, Wait, can I reread that? The
Symmetrical means you know,
distribution,
right? What's symmetrical?
yeah, it's like I don't know how to explain it, but like I know it.
Yeah, it's like if you just draw line right in the middle, right, to the left and to
Yeah,
the right, it must be the same. So the distribution of the data is not symmetrical, it's not
that's
F,
not
because
true.
if you look at the first one, it's not symmetrical. It looks, but the second one is not. Okay, G, Sultana?
The median height of no, that's also wrong.
The median height of the players on team B is less than the median of the height. So what is the median of the first one? You remember how you find median? Each one, how many players? How many players? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10, 13, 16, 20, 25, right? If we have 25 players, also 25 players, right? Sultana, can
Yeah,
you hear me?
I think it's team. I think it's H.
No, no, look, can you answer this question? What is the median of players, median height of players in team A and team B? What is the
Uh,
median of team B?
72.
The 25, the 13th player, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this one is median. If you remember to find the median, you have to arrange the data from the smallest to the biggest. Right in the middle, that person's median height. So that's 79. And how about 13th player's height in team B? Look, first player, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seven, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, right? So 13th is here. So that is 80. And now let's read option G one more time.
Uh, the median height of players on team B is less than the median height of players in team A.
Is it true?
No.
No, it is 80. 80 is more than 79. So that's why it is false. H,
Team B has a greater range in player heights than Team A has. This is true.
what is range? Do you remember? What is range?
It was like you have to add the biggest to the lowest to the biggest.
Subtract.
Oh yeah.
Range is maximum value minus minimum value, right? So for A, let's find for A and for B. What is the range of data A? Maximum is 83, right?
Yeah.
Minimum is 72. So for A, the range of data A is 83 minus 72, which is equal to how much? 11, right? And how about for data B? It is 84. And what
Yeah.
is the shortest guy? 72, right? So it is 12.
Yeah.
And now read option H. Is it true or not?
Yeah.
It is true. So it should be H. Sultan, let's do one more question and finish the class, okay? 35. The last question. Read the question.
The distance between two cities on a map is 3.5 centimeters. The map uses a scale in which 1 centimeter represents 20 kilometers. What is the actual distance between these two cities in kilometers?
Okay, Sultan, I'll give you 1 minute. You try to solve this yourself and we'll finish the class, okay? 1 minute.
Is it 70?
Yeah. Because it's saying that what is the actual distance, right, between these two cities in kilometers? So that means that then 3.5 centimeters represent how many kilometers, actual distance? You say again, this is a rate problem. Cross multiply, 1 times x is x, and 20 times 3.5, right? Which is equal to 70 kilometers. And that's why our answer is 70 kilometers. Okay, Sultana, I'll share this with you in Google Classroom. Okay, try to solve questions like this. And also, I'll put other papers, all right, in case if you want to have a look. Okay, Sultana.
Okay.
Step by step, slowly, but let's actually do deep learning. Try to understand every step and also try to write your answers line by line. Sultana, have a good day. I'll see you on Sunday, okay? Bye bye.
Okay. Bye.